I am so tired of people,
that's so good.
while I'm talking to someone, they look at their watch, but they're not checking the time, although they may be, and that
Yeah.
which sends me a very bad message.
Yeah,
But
it may be
yeah,
worse. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have to pull out my phone.
Oh,
I can just look at my wrist because that's where all my, oh no, don't do that. And I was
that's
also
so true.
the skill of curiosity is
Mm,
one that many leaders need to work on. Is that when someone's talking to me, can I become curious about I'm curious. What is the point they're trying to make? I'm curious. How does this apply to what we're talking about? I'm curious, and it just makes me a little bit deeper in my thinking and listening. And then also, I got some coaching on this. Was I'm trying to formulate, instead of my response to what you're saying, I'm trying to formulate what's the best question I can ask when you're done. And thought, before I give my
mm,
response, I need to ask one question. And it could be a follow up, it could be something, but I also like little phrases that help me. I use, tell me more. What happened next? And then what did you do? And most people are just floored that you would encourage them to keep talking, because most they're used to people waiting for them to take a breath so they could jump in and talk. And instead I said, well, tell me more. What
yeah.
happened
I
next?
also hear you say quite a bit lately, which I love, which is I have a point of view on that. What's your point of view?
I love that.
Right. And
I
I
do.
love that. I love how you
Yeah.
position that so that you can continue to listen more what they're doing.
Another way, improving communication effectiveness and raise your leadership influence, become intentional about your nonverbals, like body language, facial expression, tone of voice, all the ways that people are reading you as they're communicating. We talk about you're always making people feel something. What is it you make people feel? So when someone's talking to you, or when you're talking to someone, let's keep it on listening. Someone's talking to you. What are you doing with your face? What are
Yeah.
you doing with your body language? Are you facing them? Are you facing the door? Are you rolling your eyes? Are you get your hands on your hips? There's positives and negatives about all that, but I think it really affects so much about how people feel. Are they being heard,
Mm.
or are you just tolerating and waiting for your time to speak?
Yeah, this is so good for me personally, just to even go through this, because I'll get lazy at times listening, and I know this, but maybe my actions don't necessarily show that. And so, again, we're in the leadership space. This is what we do every day. We're in the communication space, and yet you're challenging me with some of the things that we're talking about here today. And so, as you're listening to this podcast, I hope that you're being challenged as well to become a better listener. One other thing in regards to this is, do you have empathetic communication style?
Hmm.
You guys know what I'm talking about. There are those that do and those that don't when it comes across that way. And empathy in your communication means that you have the ability and you can relate to the individual, and maybe not exactly what they're going through, right? But you can get into that place with them, and you can be empathetic during a conversation. And when you do this, it no doubt increases your ability to connect with people, and then will increase your influence as a leader.